Hello, Perrysburg and Perrysburg area families. My name is Charles Rigaud. I'm the director of Perrysburg Summer Recreation. And in this hopefully brief video, I'm going to walk you through making an account on our RecDesk page. So the first thing you need to do is to navigate to perrysburg.recdesk.com/community /home. So if you needed to see it, that's right there for you. So you're going to navigate to this page, and I do want to note that you are able to see our programs and some of our facilities, and this would be the same account that you would use if you ever wanted to rent one of the City of Perrysburg's facilities. So you can see those without creating an account, but if you ever want to register for a program online or to reserve a facility, you would need to create an account. So, of course, the button to click is Create Account, and right away is going to ask for some information. And I'm just going to go ahead and put in the Summer Recs information. Okay, so we have that, and then you go ahead and click Continue, and it's going to ask for some more information. And by the way, you're going to want to put your information as the parent in here and select head of household. Obviously, if you want somebody else to be the head of household, you would put them in first. You're going to have to put in a date of birth. Okay, so I'll put in just January 1st of 1990. Make sure you put those slashes in there. For your address, I'll put in the Summer Rec address, 915 Elm Street, and that's in Perrysburg, 43551. Quick note on the address, obviously it doesn't have to be a Perrysburg address, you just would not be a Perrysburg resident, and I'll have a little bit more on how to tell if you're a resident or not coming in a few minutes here. You'll have to retype in your email address to confirm it to save time. I'm just going to post it in there. You can put a second email address. For your phone number, I would recommend putting in a mobile phone, even if it's the same phone here, and then checking this box right here in your carrier. That will allow you to receive notifications when we have to cancel a program or change a location of a program, and we'd like to tell all the families kind of last minute. So I'd suggest opting into that. We will not be doing any sort of advertising or anything like that. It would just be information that you'd actually want to know. Okay, and then these will be required when you go to do it, but you will need to put in an emergency contact, of course for you and then your children as well. Okay, and then any notes that we would need to be aware of. We do give out like Freezy Pops and those sorts of things. Obviously it matters less for you, the adult, more for when you start filling this information out for your children. Okay, so then you need to type in a username. So let's do srec, and then a password, and click submit. So you do that, you have created an account for you, okay? In a moment here, we're going to add in your children that you're going to register, okay? But before we do that, I do want to make a quick note right here. On your profile page, it will tell you whether or not you are a resident of the City of Perrysburg. So obviously there's a different date that you can start registering for the Summer Rec, and then there's different amounts that you would pay if you are a city resident versus a non-city resident. So by city resident, you need to be a taxpayer in the City of Perrysburg. If you own a home, your trash cans would be City of Perrysburg, and you would vote on Perrysburg City Council. If all of those things are true for you, it should say resident right here and have a green box. If not, it'll have a blue box and say non-resident. And it's filtering that based on your address. So if you believe that you have an address that is City of Perrysburg, but this is showing up as non-resident, go ahead and shoot us an email. It's actually this email right here that I used to make this account. Okay, so with that note in mind, the next thing we need to do is add a household member, and you're going to want to do this for any of your children that you are registering. Go ahead and click that green box, and then you complete this information again, but for your children. Okay, so one child at a time, and put in their birthday. That'll allow them to join certain programs and not others based on their age. For their gender, you see there's a couple different options here. You can put whatever that child would like you to put for their gender. We have no gender filters on any of our programs, so it doesn't really matter. Probably going to have the same address as you and the same email address and phone and everything, so it'll carry that over. And then it should carry over the emergency contact. So it might only be this first box here with the general information, and then at the very bottom, any notes for that specific child. And then you'd hit submit, and it would take you back to the profile page. And then from there, you would add another member if you have another child to register. And that's all you would need to do to create an account. I will also be at some point making a video for once you have those accounts set up, how you go about registering for a program.